Do you ever feel like you're constantly fighting against time? Like every new ache or forgotten name is just another sign that you're getting old? Maybe you've shrugged off a dream you once had, telling yourself, "Oh, I'm too old for that now," or watched younger people with a wistful sigh. Convinced your best days are behind you. It's a common feeling, isn't it? This quiet acceptance of limitations. The subtle belief that growing older means slowing down, losing your spark, becoming less. The painful reality is that for too many of us, this mindset isn't just a feeling, it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. We unknowingly buy into outdated ideas about what aging really means. And in doing so, we unwittingly diminish our own potential, our joy, and our vibrant future. But what if I told you that much of what you've been led to believe about aging isn't true? What if those thoughts holding you back are actually based on myths, outdated ideas that are totally, unequivocally false? There's a secret that many vibrant, thriving older adults have already discovered: age doesn't define your capabilities or your potential for happiness. In this video, we're going to pull back the curtain on 6 pervasive aging myths that actively make you feel old, but are actually completely untrue. We'll explore why these beliefs are so wrong and how embracing the truth can unlock a new chapter of vitality and joy in your life. Watch to the end for something that will surprise you and perhaps even change the way you see your own future. Now, let's dive straight into these stubborn myths that have held so many of us back. The first big one, a real heavyweight in the world of aging misconceptions, is the idea that it's simply too late to start new things or learn new skills once you reach a certain age. How many times have you heard someone say, or perhaps even thought yourself, "I'm too old to learn a new language," or "My brain just isn't what it used to be, so taking up painting is out of the question"? This myth suggests that our brains become rigid, incapable of absorbing new information or forming new connections as we get older. And frankly, it's a belief that has robbed countless individuals of incredible opportunities for personal growth and immense satisfaction. The truth, however, is far more exciting and empowering. Modern neuroscience has completely debunked this notion. Our brains possess an incredible quality called plasticity, meaning they can continue to change, adapt, and form new neural pathways throughout our entire lives, well into our 90s and beyond. It's not about having the same lightning-fast recall as a teenager. It's about the brain's enduring capacity for learning and adapting. Think about it every time you try a new recipe, learn a new route to the shop, or even figure out a new feature on your phone. You're engaging in this incredible brain plasticity. I've heard stories of people in their 70s and 80s picking up a musical instrument for the first time. Not just dabbling, but genuinely learning to play intricate pieces. Others have enrolled in university courses, some even completing degrees, proving that intellectual curiosity doesn't have an expiration date. Imagine picking up Spanish just because you've always wanted to travel there, or learning to code a simple website to keep up with your grandkids. These aren't just pipe dreams. They are perfectly achievable realities that stimulate your mind and add immense richness to your life. So, what's an actionable step you can take today? Simply choose one small thing you've always been curious about. Maybe it's beginner's knitting, a local history class, or even just mastering a new app on your tablet, and commit to spending 15 minutes a day on it. You'll be amazed at how quickly your brain responds and how much joy you derive from the process. Following closely on the heels of the first myth is another pervasive and equally damaging one, the belief that significant physical decline is inevitable and irreversible as we age. This myth paints a picture of a gradual, inescapable descent into frailty, reduced mobility, and constant aches and pains, as if our bodies are designed to simply wear out. We often see caricatures of older adults stooped over, struggling to walk, and it feeds into this narrative that a loss of physical prowess is just what happens when you get older. This can lead to a sense of resignation, where people stop trying to maintain their fitness, assuming it's a lost cause. But here's the game changer: while some natural changes occur with age, a huge percentage of what we perceive as age-related decline is actually due to inactivity and lifestyle choices not age itself. Our bodies are incredibly resilient and responsive, even in our later years. Think about those incredible centenarians who still garden, or walk miles every day, or even compete in senior athletic events. These aren't outliers. They're living proof that an active lifestyle can dramatically slow down, and even reverse, many aspects of physical decline. It's about consistent movement, not about becoming a marathon runner overnight. Even simple acts like walking for 30 minutes a day can have profound effects on your cardiovascular health, bone density, and mood. Gentle stretching can improve flexibility and reduce stiffness. Balance exercises, like standing on one leg while holding onto a chair, can significantly reduce the risk of falls, which are a major concern for older adults. The key isn't to push yourself to exhaustion, but to find activities you enjoy and make them a regular part of your routine. It could be dancing in your living room, joining a local walking group, or even doing chair exercises if mobility is a challenge. The point is to keep moving. Keep engaging your muscles and joints, and defy that myth that your body is destined to fail you. Remember, every step, every stretch, every gentle movement is an act of rebellion against this limiting belief. Now that we've debunked the idea that your mind and body are on an inevitable downward spiral, let's explore even more ways to reclaim your vitality. Building on what we've just discussed about physical activity, let's tackle another myth that often goes hand in hand with the idea of inevitable physical decline, the notion that you can't build muscle after a certain age. This is a particularly damaging myth because muscle mass is so crucial for independence, strength, and overall metabolic health as we get older. The prevailing wisdom used to be that once you hit a certain age, say 50 or 60, your body's ability to create new muscle tissue essentially shuts down, leading to an inevitable loss of strength and an increase in frailty, a condition often called sarcopenia. People believe that going to the gym is only for the young, or that lifting weights will just lead to injury. So why bother? This can lead to a sedentary lifestyle, which then exacerbates muscle loss, creating a vicious cycle that confirms the very myth we're trying to bust. But the remarkable truth is that our bodies, even in our 70s, 80s, and beyond, retain the ability to respond to resistance training and build muscle. It might not be as rapid as when you were 20, but the capacity is absolutely there. Studies have shown that even very light resistance exercises, performed consistently, can significantly increase muscle mass and strength in older adults. This isn't about becoming a bodybuilder. It's about maintaining enough strength to carry your groceries, get up from a chair easily, climb stairs without feeling winded, and have the resilience to recover from a minor stumble. Think about how empowering it would be to feel stronger and more stable in your everyday life. The key is to start gently and progressively. You don't need a fancy gym membership. Simple body weight exercises like chair squats, where you stand up and sit down from a sturdy chair, or wall push-ups, where you push against a wall, can be incredibly effective. Resistance bands are also fantastic tools that offer varying levels of resistance and are very safe to use. Even lifting light hand weights or tins of beans from your pantry can make a difference. Coupled with adequate protein intake, think lean meats, fish, eggs, dairy, or plant-based proteins like lentils and beans. You provide your muscles with the building blocks they need to repair and grow. This isn't about vanity. It's about preserving your independence and enhancing your quality of life. Embracing resistance training, even in small, manageable doses, is one of the most powerful things you can do to defy this limiting myth and feel robust and capable at any age. And now, let's move on to a myth that causes a great deal of anxiety for many people as they age: the idea that memory loss is a normal and unavoidable part of aging. This myth plays directly into our fears, suggesting that a decline in cognitive function, forgetting names, or misplacing keys are just the first signs of an inevitable slide into significant memory impairment. It's often fueled by anecdotal evidence or a misunderstanding of how the brain actually works as we get older. People worry they'll lose their sharp minds, their ability to recall cherished memories, or their capacity to learn new things. And this fear itself can be debilitating. While it's true that some minor changes in cognitive processing speed and working memory can occur with age, significant, debilitating memory loss is not a normal or inevitable part of healthy aging. There's a crucial distinction between normal age-related cognitive changes, like occasionally forgetting where you put your reading glasses, and actual cognitive impairment. Our brains, as we discussed, are incredibly adaptable. Many factors influence cognitive health, and a large portion of what we associate with memory decline can be attributed to lifestyle, nutrition, sleep, and even chronic stress, rather than simply the passage of time. Think of it this way: your brain is like a garden. If you neglect it, don't water it, or don't give it proper nutrients, it won't flourish. But if you tend to it, it can produce an abundant harvest for many years. We know now that regular mental stimulation, a heart-healthy diet rich in omega-3s found in fish like salmon or flax seeds, adequate sleep, and managing stress are all vital for brain health. Engaging in lifelong learning, whether it's reading challenging books, doing puzzles like crosswords or Sudoku, learning a new language, or even just trying new routes when you go for a walk, helps to build what's called cognitive reserve. This is like building up a mental buffer that makes your brain more resilient to age-related changes. Even something as simple as consciously trying to recall details from your day, or telling stories about your past, can be a form of mental exercise. So, instead of resigning yourself to the idea of inevitable memory decline, actively nurture your brain. Provide it with stimulating challenges, good nutrition, restful sleep, and vibrant social connections. You'll be surprised at how sharp and engaged your mind can remain. Next, we'll address another significant misconception that often impacts older adults: the idea that loneliness is an unavoidable part of later life. Continuing our journey to debunk these common misconceptions, let's address a myth that touches upon our emotional well-being and social connections. The idea that older people are naturally lonely and isolated. This myth often conjures images of solitary individuals, cut off from family and friends, leading quiet, unfulfilled lives. It suggests that as our social circles naturally shift due to life events like retirement, relocation of children, or the passing of peers, a profound sense of isolation is an unavoidable consequence of aging. This belief can lead to a reluctance to seek out new connections, a withdrawal from social activities, and a general feeling of resignation about one's social life. The truth, however, is that while social dynamics do change with age, loneliness is not an inherent part of growing older. It's a state that can be addressed and overcome through conscious effort and community engagement. Many older adults thrive in rich, fulfilling social lives, actively nurturing existing relationships and forging exciting new ones. The key is to be proactive and open to new avenues of connection. Think about the incredible network of friendships that can be built through shared hobbies or interests. Joining a local book club, a gardening group, a walking club, or even a seniors exercise class can introduce you to a whole new circle of like-minded individuals. Volunteering for a cause you care about not only provides a sense of purpose, but also connects you with people who share your values. Even small actions, like striking up a conversation with a neighbor or reconnecting with an old friend via a phone call or email, can make a huge difference. Technology, often seen as intimidating, can be a fantastic tool for staying connected with family who live far away or joining online communities focused on your interests. The warmth of human connection is vital at every stage of life, and there are countless opportunities to cultivate it. It's about stepping outside your comfort zone, even just a little, and actively seeking out those connections. You might be surprised to find vibrant communities and friendships waiting for you just around the corner. And finally, let's tackle the sixth and perhaps most liberating myth of all: the belief that you have to give up your passions or adventurous activities once you reach a certain age. This myth tells us that the time for exploration, excitement, and pushing boundaries is reserved for youth, and that older age should be about settling down, taking it easy, and perhaps reminiscing about past adventures. It can lead to a sense of loss, regret, and a dampening of the adventurous spirit that perhaps once defined us. People might stop planning trips, abandon creative pursuits, or shy away from physical activities they once loved. believing they are no longer capable or that it's simply not appropriate for someone their age. But let me tell you, your passport to passion and adventure doesn't expire with your birth date. While the way you engage with your passions might evolve, the underlying desire to experience, create, and explore remains a powerful force. Think of adventurers like the 90-year-old who still goes hiking, albeit on gentler trails, or the octogenarian who picked up painting after retirement and now exhibits their art. It's not about doing things exactly as you did when you were 25. It's about adapting and finding new ways to engage with what brings you joy. If you loved cycling, perhaps it's an electric bike that allows you to cover more ground with less strain. If world travel was your dream, maybe it's smaller, more comfortable group tours, or exploring stunning national parks closer to home. Perhaps a passion for dance can be rekindled through gentler, low-impact classes. The key is not to abandon your dreams, but to reimagine them. What did you love to do when you were younger that you could adapt for today? What new creative outlet have you always wanted to try? Age gives us the gift of time, and often, wisdom. It's an opportunity to dive deeper into long-held interests or finally explore those hobbies you never had time for. Your adventurous spirit doesn't diminish. It simply finds new, perhaps more nuanced, expressions. So, don't let this myth steal your zest for life. Embrace new ways to enjoy old passions and be open to discovering entirely new ones. The world is still full of wonder, and you are still capable of experiencing it fully. So, we've walked through 6 powerful myths that make us feel old, and we've seen how each one is fundamentally false. We started by challenging the idea that it's too late to learn new things, revealing the incredible lifelong plasticity of our brains. Then, we dismantled the notion of inevitable physical decline, highlighting how much of our physical well-being is within our control through consistent movement. We showed that building muscle isn't just for the young, but a vital and achievable goal at any age for strength and independence. We then tackled the anxiety surrounding memory loss, distinguishing between normal changes and significant impairment, and emphasized how brain health strategies can keep your mind sharp. And finally, we banished the myths of unavoidable loneliness, encouraging proactive social engagement, and shattered the belief that you must give up your passions, instead urging you to adapt and reimagine your adventures. Remember, the narrative around aging has often been one of decline and limitation, but that doesn't have to be your story. Small, consistent changes in how you think and how you act can make an enormous difference to your health, your happiness, and your overall sense of purpose. You have the power to define your own aging journey, free from these outdated and false beliefs. Every day is an opportunity to learn something new, to move your body, to connect with others, and to pursue what brings you joy. I'd love to hear from you. Which of these myths resonated most with you? And what steps are you planning to take to defy it? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Your insights could inspire someone else. If you found this video helpful and empowering, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel. We're on a mission to redefine what aging means, and your support helps us reach more people who need to hear this message. Don't let society's outdated scripts dictate your life. Live your best life. Vibrant, curious, and full of purpose. At every single age,